What's up, guys? Welcome into the Parley alongside 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill. We are here sponsored by 6040 Coda Gear. As always, don't forget to check us out. Link in the description. Everything that you need to know is on there. Follow us. We talk boxing all the time. And today we have a special guest with us. It is a veteran trainer. He's from Chicago. We love our Chicago people in boxing as always. And we want to welcome in Lalo Bass from Unanimous Boxing Gym. And just Unanimous. I said that in Spanish. I meant unanimous. That's for all my Spanish people out there. Unanimous Boxing Gym. Lalo, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We've been dying to have you on the show for a while. So
I'm glad we could finally get it together, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Oh, no problem at all. It's not like you ain't been here before.
I've been here.
You've been here a couple of times, but just not on the show. That's right.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're here. We're here to talk boxing, obviously, and some of the fighters you have in your stable. So we'll get to that in a bit. But first things first, man. We already know we're filming this the day before the Jake Paul and Tommy Fury fight. Again, a fight where a lot of boxing purists, trainers, people like us are looking at Jake Paul and trying to figure out how we feel about him in the world of boxing. And we're conflicted. Most of it, I can talk to guys outside, the ring, inside the ring. They're all conflicted about how we feel about it. But he still has boxing at the top of the throne here in sports, at least at some point when he boxes. So how do you feel about Jake Paul first in boxing?
All right. So like you said, I got a lot of mixed feelings about him. First off, my feelings were negative. All right. Who's this guy? He's coming out. He's nobody. This guy's a YouTuber, and he fights one amateur fight on TV, and after that, he explodes. He gets this rematch. He turns pro, and they're throwing all kinds of money at him. I'm like, who is this guy? I don't follow a lot of YouTubers or influencers, so I had no idea who he was. But apparently, he was really popular. So he comes along, and it blows up for him. It blows up for him, and now he's freaking everywhere. This guy. I think it's very undeserving of what he has. Or I shouldn't say not what he has worked hard for what he has, but to be pushed along so quickly to make the money that he has, I'm not a huge fan of that. But on the other side, I do respect him in the sense what he's done for women's boxing. Like he's with his work with Amanda Serrano is second to none. Holy cow! I mean, he took money out of his own purse to put into her pocket to give her this amazing payday. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the largest purse a woman has had. God bless him for that. So, I got this love-hate relationship with him. This fight coming up tomorrow with Tommy Fury, all right, is it good for the sport? It's bringing new eyes to the sport. And I can't fault him for that. But for a WBC ranking,
that's a bunch of crap.
To be ranked in the top 10 in the world? Yeah. I don't I don't think he deserves. Not yet. Not like the guys who actually have been grinding out there their whole lives and are significantly better than him. For him to get this because you have millions of followers, that's hard.
Okay, so do you think that a guy, you just mentioned about the WBC ranking, you have guys out there that are 18-0, 19-0, 20-0 that have been doing this their whole lives that aren't even ranked? That's why I think that this is appalling to me. Look, I give Jake Paul credit. Okay, I've had 4 professional fights myself. I've been in. Lalo trains me every now and then, and trains me hard. I know how hard it is to do this. Okay, so Jake Paul has had, I think this is his 6th or 7th fight. 7th. So this is his 7th training camp. He's put in the work.
He has, but still.
That doesn't mean that he deserves a WBC ranking.
That I agree with you 100%. And there are boxers out there now who grinded their whole lives. They went through the USA Boxing Amateur System since they were able to compete at 8 years old. Right. All the way up, missed graduations, missed homecoming, missed proms, major aspects in their teenage life to go to tournaments and to fight on big shows, and then to turn pro and then do well as a professional boxer and not to be recognized like this because they don't have the social media following. I believe a boxer like a local boxer like Kenny Sims, who did do that his whole life. You know, who is an amazing fighter, who I think even at his weight now would still beat Jake Paul at his weight.
Oh yeah, he will. He will.
Just smoke
Easy.
Jake Paul. Smoke him. Yeah. You know, but why isn't he ranked? Why isn't he getting a shot at the crack at the WBC top 10?
Right. Yeah.
You know, because he doesn't have the followers, because he doesn't bring in the millions, but he has the skill, and that's what this sport is. It's about skill, not how many Instagram followers do I have.
And that's what you are concerned about. That really, in my opinion, if he does win tomorrow and he gets the WBC ranking, then he becomes ranked simply because of his popularity, not because of his skill level, not because of the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to say the guy doesn't work hard.
No,
I'm sure he's at his camp and he is training very hard.
Yeah.
But it's just the popularity that's carrying him through.
Yeah.
It's not his world class skills, skill set.
No, I agree with you.
Well, they're in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, Sunday. Obviously, Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. There's a fight happening. It's the 9th professional fight for Tommy and the 7th professional fight for Jake. So let's go. Give us your thoughts on what's happening tomorrow in Saudi Arabia.
All right. I had to think about this a lot, and we've had like little debates, little discussions at the gym regarding this. Mm-hmm. My take on who's going to win? I think Jake Paul's going to win. It kind of hurt. I choked a little. Jake Paul. Oh, God, that hurt. I think Jake Paul is going to win. Just I see a lot of flaws. I've watched Tommy Fury's fights, and I see a lot of flaws in him. And Jake Paul, the one thing the guy does have is he has a big right hand. He closes his eyes, he'll swing for the fences, and God help you if it lands. It's a heavy, it's a heavy right hand. Mm-hmm. Tommy Fury, a lot of holes in his defense. Open defense, hands dropped. He jabs it, hand falls. You're begging for a right hand. You are begging to be hit, and that's the punch that this knucklehead has.
You're right, Lalo. And at this point, when fighters are being moved along, they're being moved along by a matchmaker. And the reason why they fought or they're fighting Tommy Fury is, one, because of his popularity. Tommy Fury is very popular. Was a reality show
another
star,
influencer,
good-looking kid, comes from the Tyson Fury family, or the Fury family rather. His brother's heavyweight champion of the world, and he has, I believe, 10, 15 million followers, possibly on his Instagram. So that brings money to the table. Also, he sees the flaws in Tommy Fury. Like you just said, when he jabs, he drops his left hand. That's just open season for Jake Paul's right hand. And what I haven't seen from Tommy Fury is his ability to roll a right hand when it comes at you. I mean, there's a lot of ways to take the steam off of a right hand. Tommy Fury, I haven't seen that in him yet.
Yeah, he tends to block them with his face.
He does.
You know, it's going to be an interesting fight. Obviously, Jake Paul leveling up the competition. You know, we all have our complaints with him, but we now have an actual boxer. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
If he wins tomorrow, he gains my respect because he beat Tommy Fury. Hopefully nothing under the table is happening. I just had to say it.
All right.
You never know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Jake Paul again. He pay-per-view on a Sunday. Taking a little bit of Floyd Mayweather's recipe for success there. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good idea. People are home Sundays for the most part.
It's very true.
Yeah, no football.
Yeah, there you go.
No football right now.
Very true. The other fight that's coming up that's very anticipated, obviously going to be in Vegas. Benavidez and Plant, that press conference and the build-up for years prior is at an all-time high now. They're ready to do battle in about a month or so here, to be exact. Yeah. How do we look at that the fight? We know Plant. We know his skill set. We know he's a punch and move type guy.
Yes.
Prove that he has some power versus Terrell. We know who Benavidez is. He's a stalker. He's a brawler. How do you see this fight playing?
Mexican monster, man. He's beating him. Benavidez is beating him.
No doubt in
my mind. I said that right away. There was no in my voice in that one. He's beating him. I think I would even go as far as say he's stopping him. Yeah. I like Plant's style. It's very pretty. Oh, man. Yeah. Body, head, he's knocking dudes out, man.
Sweet science?
Sweet science, definitely. But they ain't calling him the Mexican monster for nothing, man. This is the guy that Canelo's afraid of. Canelo want nothing to do with Benavidez. Don't want nothing to do with this guy.
Even fighting Bivol and
don't want nothing to do with Benavidez.
Yep. He's afraid of Benavidez?
He don't want nothing to do with Benavidez. Yep. Then he's passing the torch on to the next Mexican. He loses to him, just like Chavez passed the torch on to De La Hoya.
De La Hoya, right?
He'd have to pass the torch on.
That's a good point. I never thought about this guy. That before.
It's passing the torch. He ain't the number one Mexican no more. There's a new sheriff in town. Okay. He don't want nothing to do with
That's true.
With Benavidez. He took the fight with Chavez, but he was going to smoke Chavez. He knew he was going to smoke Chavez.
Yeah, that's true.
It was an easy lick, so take it. But I think that Benavidez is stopping Plant in the later rounds. In the later rounds.
Do you think Plant could get lucky?
Oh, yeah.
If he sat down in his last fight, goes to the fight
and it comes right top to the head. Oh, yeah. Everybody got to punch his chance.
Okay.
Everybody got to punch his chance, but I think he's just too rugged, too mean, too much, literally a monster. Yeah. Too much for him.
And he doesn't like Plant.
And that's the other thing. He don't like him.
Right.
So he not only you hitting with bad intentions, but you got some fucking animosity on those shots too. It's personal. Yeah. Bad intentions, bad intentions. Anybody I fight or have fought every punch was with bad intentions, but there was no animosity behind it.
Right, yeah.
This put some animosity behind it. So,
it's bad when Benavidez is reading text messages in a press conference.
Oh, that's true.
The final fight, big fight in the first quarter of the year, at least, finally signed officially yesterday. Oscar, you guys want fights? Well, here you go. Which is obviously Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Mega matchup. That's got to be the fight right now, the hyped fight of the year. With the two lightweights coming in, and
finally,
and I don't know if you would say maybe their physical prime. I think maybe Ryan's a little still growing in that.
Yeah. He's still growing.
But still, it's a fight, a heaven light type fight for us boxing fans.
Definitely.
It's a big question, man.
It can go many ways. It can go many ways. When I think of it, like if I were just to think of it, just those two, right? I go Tank. Tank's beating him, right? But then you got to take in the other little factors, man. The distractions. Yeah. I think Tank has a lot of distractions going on, and not that Ryan Garcia isn't a little drama queen himself, but I think Tanks are more like with the law. You're getting in trouble.
A little more intense.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit more intense, and that would play on my mind a lot more than my baby mama or something. Some chick that I'm trying to get with or whatever.
And no disrespect to mental health, it's serious.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but distractions do play a big role in it, and I think if he trains right and maybe distractions go away. I would lean towards Tank, but this kid is fast. He's fast as one of the fastest boxers in the world at the moment. He is. Sneaky shot, but can he take a shot? Now he did get dropped. Luke Campbell did catch him.
He did.
And put him down. Had that been Gervonta, I think it would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap.
Yeah.
He put Leo Santa Cruz to sleep. And that's a warrior. That's a rugged dude.
Leo was giving everything he had.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
And he put him to sleep, like scary style, man. Boom.
He did.
Crumbled him. I'm like, oh, my God,
Yeah. I think that Ryan will win the first couple of rounds because of his length, because of his his
that
jab.
too. Yeah, his size,
His size. And I think that if you look at Tank's personality in the ring, he takes a few rounds, just like Mayweather used to do, to figure you out. And once he figures you out,
wrap.
Then that's it. So I think that Ryan Garcia, if he's going to win this fight, he's got to win it early. If he doesn't win it early, it's going to be over for him. I think he's going to get stopped.
I think so too.
Yeah.
On that fight, if you're asking who I think is going to win, I think Tank by stoppage as well.
I'm going with you.
Yeah, Tank by stoppage. Later rounds, though. Later rounds, not early.
I'm in between my Tank by stoppage and Ryan by decision, just because of what KG said. That lane, speed. Gervonta hasn't faced anybody, I think, as fast as Ryan. Right. And so that's going to be difficult for him to deal with, I think, in the beginning. But I think he's a man of adjustments, man. And, I mean, look at Rolly. Rolly was almost winning, I think, personally, every single round. And then Gervonta just stopped that in a second.
Yeah. When he figured it out.
Yeah.
1 + 1 = 2.
Yep.
Put him to sleep.
Set a trap for him and let him walk right into it.
Yep.
One boxer we talk about often, especially personally me, and this person should know because he probably watches our show every single time it debuts, as Terrence Crawford. And we saw a couple months ago you were working some pads with the big boy Terrence.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously we know he's a beast. I'm sure you know that, you know, personally working with him. But can you tell me why Errol and Terrence can't get this done? I mean, what give us any ideas? I mean, we kind of know, but you personally saw him. What was your vibe?
You know, after asking him, you know, he wants to fight. He definitely wants to fight, you know. So unless I speak directly to Earl Spence, what's the holdup? He's saying it's on them, you know. It's not done yet, you know. There's the holdups on them, you know. But he wants to fight, and I want to fight, and the world wants to fight. That of all those fights we just talked about, going to trash. That's the fight I want to see. That's the main one I want to see.
Yeah, no, I agree with you as well, because this is like Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes,
This is like Roberto Duran Leonard. This is like Hagler Hearn.
It'll make me want to cry, bro. I need this fight, man.
But I don't want it to turn into Mayweather Pacquiao, where it's 5 years too late.
Too late. Yeah.
You know, they got. In my opinion, if they don't do this fight by next fall, then the interest is going to wane and it's going to become just like Mayweather Pacquiao. Does it happen later on down the line? Yeah, because we're boxing fanatics. We'll pay for it. But still, these guys are both in their primes right now. And this is the time that we want to see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lalo, really quick here on a personal note. Obviously, you're at Unanimous Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
You have a stable there. You've been working with amateurs and some professional boxers. What's going on in your gym, and what can you talk to us about?
Well, right now we're getting ready for a couple of things. I have three pretty big things on my plate. Obviously, the Chicago Golden Gloves coming up with the amateur team. Yeah. We do have in the Golden Glove break, the week break they have in the Golden Gloves between the semifinals and the finals. We have a professional show here in Chicago, April 8th, and not in Chicago, in Rosemont. We have a couple of our fighters on that card, Olivia Curry and Ronnie Halomo on that card. Then right after that, I do my annual WBC show. We haven't done the WBC amateur show here in Chicago for some time due to COVID. So we did put a pause on it, but we're finally bringing it back. It's a huge show with the amateurs. We get people from all over the country to fly in, drive in, fly in, and fight on the card just for a chance to fight for a WBC amateur belt. So it's a busy.
On the south side, you usually do this?
Well, we hold it wherever we find a pretty cool venue. Really? So this year is a new venue, Los Globos in Little Village on 31st in Central Park.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice venue. It's a great venue. We're really excited to bring it back. Right now, we're trying to find a special guest. Past special guests, we had Evander Holyfield, Eric Morales, Mikey Garcia.
So this is big time. This
oh yeah, no. We always bring in top tier guys to host this. So I'm really excited. You know, it's expensive. I'm looking for sponsors right now. So anybody want to sponsor? You know, hit me up, please. But yeah, so. Golden Gloves first things first. We got the Golden Gloves. We have about 12 people we're putting in the tournament. The number's a little smaller than what we've put in the past. I've put up to 22 people in it. So we're a little 10 shy of what we normally put in. But we have a few open fighters. Majority of our novice fighters. But it's a great experience. It's good. It's good for the gym. You know, we always do very well in the tournament. Right. So I expect this year to be no different.
Because of the trainer or the fighters?
It's a combination of both. Baby. It's a combination of both. You gotta develop those boxers through a good trainer. Yeah. And then the pro fights, I'm very excited for Olivia Curry. She's on it. She's world ranked now. Hopefully, after this fight, maybe she gets a title shot. So or some kind of WBC silver belt, but she's on that cusp right now. The new rankings come out. I think the WBO has her at number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice.
So she's world ranked right now. Okay. Then we have Ronnie Halomo, who's had his pro debut at the last show we did in Rosemont, and Bobby hits his card. He won first round KO. Right. We're looking to keep that streak going. We're fighting a local kid. Someone that he sparred in the past, but it should be a good scrap. I'm very confident in him, and I think we're going to come out with another win.
Good. That sounds great, man.
You know, the state of boxing in Chicago, you know, I talked to Bobby recently, and I'll ask you as a trainer. We're here, Chicago, third largest market in the United States. Obviously, it's not as attractive as a Vegas, as a New York, as a Los Angeles. Even Texas has their, no taxes. You know, we all know the recipe for success in that. But what can we do to get major fights out here? Just, you know, the fights that we would see on a Showtime broadcast. You know, what can be done, or can anything be done? What do you think?
You know, my God, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why we aren't a major market like these cities you said we are. We're Chicago. Why is Florida having more fights than us? Yeah. Why more professional fights than us? You know, what's going on with the city? I have no idea.
Was the last major fight?
Well, yeah, and that was amazing. That was DAZN. DAZN brought that fight. It was on DAZN.
And since Ukrainians in the area, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know what the holdback is.
Right. Well, you know, I think that it was eventually starting to come before COVID hit.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, DAZN came. They brought Alexander Usyk here, who's now the heavyweight, owns part of the heavyweight championship titles. But they were on their way. They love the venues here. They love the new Wintrust Arena, which is a great boxing venue.
It's a great venue.
You know, and I think that once we continue to take the steps to get out of COVID, then those fights will still return here, because this is a fight town.
It is.
Everybody loves boxing here.
So, like, years ago, and I know you fought on some of these cards when 8 Count had their cards here, and it was almost monthly we were having professional professional fights here, you know, and they were on Univision, either a TV show, or even they would even throw an occasional dark show, you know, but there was professional shows here. And then, you know, there was, not only was it 8 Count, but, you know, Bobby Hitch was doing his show. So there was a lot more boxing, and I don't know what the downturn was, you know.
It was COVID, man. That's exactly what it is. But hopefully, you know, we can turn it around and you know, bring those fights back here to Chicago.
Yeah. Well, hopefully sooner than later, because there's a lot of talent in the city, and it needs to be shown.
Yeah,
you know, there's phenomenal boxers here, and Texas and the Southwest and Southern California. New York, they're not the only ones with great boxers. You know, we Chicago and Milwaukee, 2 cities that are relatively close, have amazing boxers, and I don't think that we get enough publicity, unfortunately.
No, I agree.
Well, hopefully that changes, and we'll see what happens with that. Lalo, it's a pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you so much, guys.
We hope that you're a success for your event, and we got to show up one of these times, KG.
Yeah. I'd love to invite both you guys to the WBC show. You know, come sit with us ringside. I'd love to.
Well, you know I'll be there. I'm a boxer.
Oh yeah, you're a big fan. You've come to our WBC shows. Yeah.
I'll be there.
You'll be there too. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and all of our social media platforms, of course, on the Parley. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, that you know what's going on every time we post, and we will see you for our next episode of the Parley. What's up, guys? T-Lo here for the Parley. 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill there. Sir. Don't forget to subscribe to everything you see there in the description box. We want to hear from you guys, and of course, hit that bell for the notifications, like that you know what's going on.
Hit it.
By the way, just want to make sure you know, Tyson Fury has never lost a fight to Deontay Wilder.
And this is untrue. He lost the first fight. I
don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
You have yet to watch that fight with me. He lost the last 2, but not the first.